I don't want you to think that I am necessarily scabrous or coprolalic or that I curse or that I use curse words and naughty words gratuitously. But this story regarding this Canada-U.S. explosion is bullshit. And let me just tell you right now, please forgive me. You see, I've been lied to by every aspect of my government regarding every story, from 9/11 to Vietnam to you name it, to the Nord Stream pipeline sabotage. They can't tell me the truth. So yesterday, and here's the best story of them all, Bill Melugin, he's the new guy, well, sort of new guy, the guy. He says, Bill Melugin, breaking. By the way, he says, quote, deleting this prior tweet as colleagues Alexis McAdams has now clarified her reporting. She says her police sources initially had high confidence that there were explosives in the vehicle due to a condition of the car. What? There had high confidence there were explosives in the vehicle due to condition of the car. I don't know what the hell that means. The condition of the car had explosives. Okay, maybe that's the condition. Anyway, she says sources say it now appears it was a result of speed or impact. Well, no, yeah, impact, okay. But this was his breaking story. Breaking high-level local police sources tell colleague Alexis McAdams TV that the vehicle explosion at the Rainbow Bridge border crossing in New York was an attempted terror attack with a vehicle full of explosives. 2 men in the car dead. I'm waiting a police report from. Okay, fine. Okay, look. Let me just tell you something right now, and I think you understand this. Never believe anything your government tells you. Anything, especially that twit Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York. Never. Now, I don't know what happened. It could have been a malfunction. It could have been an act of providence, a force majeure. Could have been God. Could have been the devil. Could have been Satan. Could have been some weird gremlin. I don't know. But what I'm telling you is that I don't believe anything they tell me. If they were to tell me, yep, it's terrorists, I don't even believe that. Because for them to say that is another story. Now, you know and I know a couple of things right now. Israel will forever be under attack for letting this horrible event happen on October the 7th. Bibi Netanyahu is still answering questions. How did you not know? How did the greatest intel organization, namely Mossad, not know about this? How did you not know? He's still answering the question. He can't get past it. He can't get around it. No matter what he does, they keep going back to that. So the moral of the story is nobody is ever going to let that happen. So consequently, whenever there's any kind of claims of terrorism, they're going to look the other way. Now look at me and listen to me and take my word for it. I promise you, and I don't want this to happen, but I promise you, there is going to be a terrorist attack via destabilization, the likes of which will blow your mind. Not in any way meant as any form of I guess, I'm not licking my chops. I'm not trying to presage or become Vatic or Pythonic or read the entrails of the beast. I'm not trying to augur doom. I'm telling you what's going to happen. And the reason why is simply this. And I don't even want to go so far. If you want to hear what I really think, go to my private channel. But certain parties would benefit if you, the American people, thought that terrorism was not merely contained to the Middle East. Let me give you an analogy. Years ago, when AIDS first broke out, there was a theory, a hypothesis, a conspiracy theory of sorts, that went something like this. It said that as long as regular heterosexual folks think that AIDS cannot come to them, cannot affect them, cannot in any way what am I trying to say? Cannot leach into their lane, so to speak. If AIDS was only the problem of, let's say, IV drug users, gay men involved in certain high risk sexual behavior. If the heterosexual community believed that, they would devote no monies to research. So consequently, it was suspected one of two things. A group of serious terrorists would go and try to deliberately infect the heterosexual community, which I don't even think that went there, or a concerted effort on the part of the media to say that anybody can catch AIDS, heterosexual, gay, bi, IV drug users, it doesn't matter. It's only at that point when the people with the money think, oh, God, we have to do something about this. It's only then when monies are directed in the source and the like. Now, if you're in the Middle East, we'll just use that collective term, and you're trying to tell the world, hey, we want you to understand how bad this is, it's not just us. These are bad people. Yeah. No, they're bad people. Yeah. Okay, you'll see. If that's the perspective, if that's the perception, and if that's the belief on the part of Americans, then they're going to say, wait a minute, we're going to redirect and refocus our attention in a different way. There is something, these weird groups of people, these militias and these groups and this activity, which seem to be pretty much over there, that's really going to be worldwide. And when it becomes worldwide, or when the perception of it becoming worldwide happens, then more money, more focus, and more attention. Think about that. Think about it. It makes complete and total sense. Consequently, whether lie hop, let it happen on purpose, or make it happen on purpose, or combinations thereof, I don't know. But you are going to see terrorist activities in these United States. You're also going to see more heightened, crazed, and elevated groups of these weird anti-Semitic and anti-Israel, pro-Palestine, and also anti-Palestinian. It works both ways. These scrums, these groups, these murmurations, these cavalcades of lunatics who are coming out of nowhere, basically telling people the most hateful and scurrilous and demented of things on their various social media platforms, even if it means they lose their jobs, they lose their agencies, and they lose their professional lives. So, my friends, and to Governor Kathy Hochul, and to all those folks, if forgive me for not believing a word. Now, that's not to say that this could have been an accidental. Oops, first they said it was Canada into the U.S., then they said it was U.S. into Canada, then it was a Bentley, and then it was whatever you say. I just want you to know something. Nothing personal. I'm not believing a word of it. Are you? Comment as you see fit.